Maryland women's lacrosse had a historic Saturday at CQ Stadium while the men's team found itself in a late-game thriller on the road. Terps baseball had a bounce-back performance at home, and men's soccer just got back from foreign soil. All that and more coming up on the left bench.
Like, that's what we want to do, and the way we want to go.
We play for each other, and that's what's so great.
Hello and welcome to the Left Bench, presented by Terps and Sports Central. I'm Nathan Schwartz, joined alongside by Jonas Evans. And Jonas, let's not forget that only one team on this campus can say it has more national championships than any other school in its sport.
Yeah, Nate, that would be Maryland women's lacrosse, and wow, the Terps look like national championship contenders right now.
They sure do, and that was on full display this Saturday. Number 10, Maryland dominated Ohio State 18-7 on Senior Day, marking the team's 9th straight win. Maryland started off with 2 quick goals, but Ohio State was able to capitalize on a free position. The Terps would add 2 more, but another free position and another Ohio State goal brought them within 1. Then, Maryland rattled off 7 more goals in the first half, while holding Ohio State scoreless on the defensive end in the second quarter. The rest of the day was all Maryland, with 8 different Terps finding the back of the net. And Maryland was dominant once again in the circle, winning the draw contest 19-10. The Terps' draw control was a key component in their previous 8 wins, and that held true on Saturday. And to top it all off, junior Eloise Clevenger notched 8 assists in the game, setting a new program record by beating out one of her coaches, Alex Aust. Here's Kathy Reese after the game.
Alex is so excited. It was like, that's what we want to do, and the way we want to go. And so kind of that passing of the success and the happiness for Maryland, from one Maryland alum to, a current team member, was really powerful.
Maryland men's lacrosse was coming off a surprising home loss to Michigan last weekend, and the schedule didn't get any easier as the Terps took on 19th-ranked Ohio State in Columbus on Friday. After 2 Daniel Kelly goals even the game early, the Terps found themselves in big trouble in the first half. Ohio State rattled off 5 straight goals to make it a 7-2 game, and after some back-and-forth scoring, it was 9-5 heading into halftime. But as soon as that third quarter whistle blew, you could tell the Terps were on a mission. The comeback started with an Ajax Zapatello coast-to-coast rifle into the net, followed by an Eric Spanos goal to make it 9-7 Buckeyes. The Terps just kept rolling, outscoring Ohio State 6-2 in the second half, capped off by Daniel Kelly's 4th goal of the game that tied it with just 2 minutes left. And then in overtime, it was Braden Erksa firing it into the net for the game-winning goal that sealed Maryland's 5-goal comeback as they won it 12-11. Yeah, and Nate, both of these teams are rolling right now, and especially with that overtime win. I was so impressed with how the Terps were able to battle back there.
Yeah, the Terps, the men's team did not look good at the beginning of that game, but came back, fought back in the 4th quarter and overtime. That's what national championship contending teams do. And you go back to the women's side, the fact that they've continued to be as dominant as they've been as of late, as conference play rolls down, it's going to be crucial that they keep getting those big wins.
Yeah, both these teams in Big Ten play, they're rolling right now. A team that really isn't rolling is Maryland tennis.
That's right.
The Terps took on Northwestern on Friday, looking for their first home win in nearly 2 months. They found themselves in a hole early, losing the doubles point at 1 and 3 doubles. Maryland's top pair of Marta Perez-Moore and Menorca Miranda later struggled at 1 and 2 singles. Perez-Moore dropped her match to Justine Long in straight sets, while Miranda managed to make it a closer in her bout. The junior brought the first set to a tiebreaker, but lost some steam in the second and also fell in straight sets. Both players were competing a spot higher than usual because Selma Kadar was injured. That's the Terps' usual #1 singles. Kadar wasn't even able to serve overhand, but somehow she took a set in her 3 singles match. Sydney Pratt's win at 6 singles sealed it for Northwestern as the Terps lost their second in a row, 4-0. Then were defeated by Illinois on Sunday. Here's head coach Katie Doherty after the Northwestern loss.
Northwestern plays at a very high level. Their record isn't great, but they have great players. And maybe overscheduled a little bit, but they're starting to come on, and we knew that coming in here, that what it looked like on paper and what it was really going to look like, and credit to Northwestern, they looked really good today.
Maryland men's soccer had quite the experience a couple weeks ago on spring break, traveling overseas to play 3 friendlies in Portugal against some of the best teams in the world. The Terps got to explore the country and take in its beautiful views over the 10-day trip, but when it came down to it, Maryland was ready for its matches. The Terps' first match came against the Vitoria SC U23 squad, and they didn't waste any time finding the back of the net. Goals from Stefan Capetti, Max Riley, and Ethan Gregory propelled the Terps to a 3-2 win in their first match of the trip. The next two matches didn't go in Maryland's favor, though, as the Terps dropped their second match to Braga U23 and their third against Benfica's U20 squad 1-0. And to talk about what the trip meant to the program and how the team is shaping up for next season, we're happy to welcome our local soccer virtuoso, Josh Kaplan.
Josh, this is long overdue, isn't it?
It's long overdue, boys, but always good to be with you.
Great to have you here, Josh. And you've done it yourself in the past, going overseas and playing soccer over there. So what does it mean for this team to be able to go over there and have that experience?
Well, I think first and foremost, it's a cultural experience. Over in Europe, the game is completely different. It is ingrained into every single community in every single country. So just having the experience of being in a culture like that is huge for any team. And then secondly, to play against some of the best teams in the world. You're talking about an academy in Benfica that has played in the UEFA Youth League. That's the youth version of the Champions League, which is the biggest club competition in all of Europe. So just the experience of playing against those teams is huge.
And in terms of their performance on the trip, they went 1-2 with that one win in the first game. What do you think overall of their performance in Portugal?
Well, you got to remember, these are teams that they're coming up against that are highly competitive and much better than a lot of the NCAA teams that they'll come up against, if not every single NCAA team. So it's huge for this team to go over there and get that experience. The results don't really matter. The fact that they got one result, I think, is a huge testament to what Sasha Swarovski is doing with this program. And bringing back 10 of 11 starters, you just want to get that consistency going. I think that's what he was looking for on this trip, and I think he got some of it.
And Josh, spring practices kind of fly under the radar, I'd say, for most sports, and that's really when you fine-tune what the product is going to be come that fall season. So how important is it for the team to be able to play this great competition and work out the kinks now in the spring?
Well, it's huge. They'll have another home match here against West Virginia coming up tomorrow, and then you think about what's going on with the team when you go over and you have that experience, not only on the pitch but off the pitch, giving these guys an experience to bond and get to know each other. Some of the freshmen who have come in early, just getting them acclimated to all the surroundings, it's huge.
And you talked about those 10 of 11 starters coming. How about some newcomers, maybe some people to watch? Who on this roster do you think Terps fans should be looking at right now?
Well, 10 of 11 starters, you're only missing a right back. Kento Abe is sliding in to play center back next to William Kovic. So the freshman Tyler Prebenda has slid into that role as a right back, coming from the Orlando City Academy in Orlando, Florida, has some appearances for their USL affiliate, 5 in total, scored a penalty in their shootout. I mean, you're talking about a kid who's experienced but not experienced in the NCAA level, so have this experience for him now is huge.
Josh, you're the man. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me, guys.
And we know you're focused on women's lacrosse right now, but come soccer season, we got to have you on again.
I'll be back, boys.
Now stay put, because when we come back, we'll recap an up-and-down weekend for both Maryland baseball and softball.
And later, Kira Bruno will explain the attendance disparity between men's and women's basketball this year. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. This is The Left Bench, brought to you by Terps Sports Central. Jonas Evans, Nathan Schwartz, and Nate, the Dirty Terps have won 5 straight weekend series.
The Terps had a disappointing start in non-conference play, but are finding its stride at the perfect time. Rob Vaughn's squad did not start off last week on the right foot, dropping its midweek game by 10 runs to William & Mary. But the Terps played their second Big Ten series this weekend against Rutgers and did not disappoint the home crowd. The Dirty Terps didn't muster much offense in the first 2 games of the series, but they did just enough to win in both. On Friday, Maryland trailed 3-1 heading into the bottom of the 6th, but a Matt Shaw dinger to right center brought the deficit to 1. And in the 7th, Nick LaRusso cranked a go-ahead 3-run homer to center, propelling Maryland to a 6-4 win. Saturday was Nick Dean's day on the bump, and he put together his best start at the Bob this season. Dean went 6 innings, giving up 2 runs on 4 hits. But 2 more Maryland homers was all it took to take the lead. Zach Martin blasted his first of the year, and once again, Nick LaRusso played the hero. The senior's solo shot gave Maryland the lead, and the Terps held on to win 4-3. Rutgers took the final game of the series 14-8, putting the Terps at 4-2 in conference play. Here's Rob Vaughn on Nick LaRusso's amazing performance after Friday's win.
You've heard me say it a lot, I mean, that guy's, with the game on the line, I mean, Matt Shaw is special, Luke Schliger's special. There's some special players on this team, but I think to a guy, this team would say, like, that's our dude, man. Put him up with the game on the line. And I got to credit Swoper on that. When I looked at him, we go first and second, you got Shaw behind him, and I was like, gosh, dude. I kind of looked at him and gave him a, hey, should we move him? Like, should we bunt him up? He just looks at me and goes, I was like, all right, screw it, let's let him hit. And he did what he does. And, I mean, got a good pitch to hit, got it out over the plate, took a big swing. And it's what big-time players do.
And Maryland softball was back in College Park this weekend to take on Nebraska, hoping to bounce back from 2 straight losses at Rutgers. On Friday, Courtney Weish was in the circle for the Terps, and she threw her 5th complete game of the season. But Nebraska's bats came alive in the 4th, taking a 3-0 lead that Maryland had no response for. And the Terps dropped the opener 3-0. On Saturday was a different story. Trinity Schlotterback and Kira Butcher pitched a shutout, and RBIs from Amelia Leck in the 1st and Sydney Lewis in the 3rd helped the Terps take the 2nd game 2-0. Weiss returned to the circle on Sunday and pitched 3 shutout innings, but that 4th inning was a problem once again as the Huskers drove in 3 runs to take a commanding lead. And just like Friday, the Terps bats were cold. Maryland tallied only 3 hits on the day and were shut out for the 2nd time in 3 games. Nebraska took the game 4-0 and the series 2-1. Here's head coach Mark Montgomery after Sunday's loss.
I think overall she had a good day. She struggled in that 1 inning. We gave up 3 hits, tried to bring in K-Bar for a little change of pace, see if we could get out of it. Unfortunately gave up a big hit and they scored 3 more runs. So tough anytime you spot a team, 3 runs in an inning, it's just tough to come back from. So unfortunate, we never really threatened offensively, so a little disappointed in our hitting.
And Jonas, I'd say both of these teams need to be a little more consistent as Big Ten play moves on.
And baseball probably more on the pitching side and softball more on the hitting side. It's kind of an inverse situation right now with where they're struggling.
Yeah, just you got to have more reps in order to get that consistency. And we'll have a lot more on this baseball team on Thursday on the Left Bench in Focus when Matthew Noose and Jesse Schwartz discuss all things Dirty Terps. But for now, we have some news from the hardwood, where another one of Kevin Willard's assistants is off to become a head coach. This time, it's Grant Billmeyer. Billmeyer was named head coach at the New Jersey Institute of Technology last Wednesday. It's the first time that the former Seton Hall big man will lead a program. Billmeyer only spent 1 season at Maryland after coming over from the Hall with Willard. His departure leaves a spot open on Willard's staff, which comes days after the hole left by Tony Skinn was filled by Mike Jones. But even though the Terps lost a coach, they added to an already loaded roster for next season. Former Loyola Marymount combo guard Chance Stevens announced his commitment to Maryland on Saturday, making him the first transfer Kevin Willard has brought in this offseason. Stevens has earned the nickname Sniper, and you can see why. He'll pull up from anywhere beyond the arc. He averaged 6 points per game and shot 37.4% from deep in his freshman season with the Lions, primarily in a bench role. The sharpshooter finished the season with 49 three-pointers, which is more than any returning Terp. And with Don Carey and Hakeem Hart departing, Stevens could play a pivotal role in filling their shoes next season. And Terp fans, not only is Sniper joining the squad, but Dante Scott is reportedly coming back for a 5th season in College Park. According to Jeff Ehrman of InsideMDSports.com, Scott will use an available NCAA waiver, allowing him to come back to CP and slide right back in as the 4 in that Maryland starting lineup, Jonas.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and that's kind of where the hole was looking in that offseason. That's what we were kind of thinking about. Who are they going to put in there? Having Dante, the experience, especially with those freshmen coming in, it's just going to be so valuable. This is a huge moment for the program.
Yeah, you've heard the rumors swirling around Hunter Dickinson maybe coming back to Maryland, but I think you can put those rumors to rest with Dante Scott coming back.
Absolutely. Brenda Fries also wasted no time this offseason, introducing women's basketball's newest transfer on Thursday, and the Terps got a good one. Maryland's latest addition is Jakia Brown-Turner, a 6-foot guard from Oxon Hill who previously played 4 seasons at NC State. Brown-Turner was a force for the Wolfpack, averaging more than 9 points and almost 4 rebounds last season. Over her 4 years in Raleigh, Brown-Turner racked up the awards. She was named to the All-ACC Tournament's 2nd team as a junior and was an honorable mention on the AP All-American team as a sophomore. Fries is getting that much-needed depth at the guard position. Well, we know Fries' squad had a very successful season this past year, but even with that success, not many fans followed. People packed the house for the Maryland men's basketball team, but what about the women's team? Kira Bruno has more.
versus women. While they don't compete against each other, they are competing for fans.
We've been to men's games too, but we love coming to the women's games. We wish more people would come.
As of March, the men's team has averaged nearly 143,000 more fans at games than the women's team this season, with about 3,000 to 7,000 more fans per game. The women statistically played better, were ranked better, and had a better season than the men.
People hype the men's games up a lot, but the women's are just as exciting, and I think people need to realize that.
To put this more into perspective, I have a seating map of Xfinity Center right here, and at the men's games, these 4 big sections are blocked off for students, and also a few more sections in the surrounding areas on the floor. But at the women's game, the only section that is blocked off for students on the map is section 115, right here. So, why the disparity? Students say they're too busy with schoolwork to make it to the women's games. But others...
I've always been a fan of women's basketball since the first time I'm a freshman. I came to the South Carolina game and then I fell in love.
Just can't stay away. Even though the women's team may not generate as many fans, the ones that do show up are as loyal as can be.
Any family or friends that chose not to come tonight are not family or friends. These are my family, let's go! And there's going to be a future Terps star right here, let's go!
For Terrapin Sports Central, I'm Kira Bruno.
Even though Maryland fans didn't exactly show up for their Terps here in College Park, the NCAA tournament was a different story. That national championship game between LSU and Iowa had a record-breaking 9.9 million views, making it the most watched women's basketball game in history.
And there's no reason why the Xfinity Center shouldn't be packed for the women's team, especially when you have high-level WNBA talent moving through the program like Diamond Miller, who was selected 2nd overall by the Minnesota Lynx Monday night.
Absolutely, and also Abby Myers drafted 11th overall to Dallas. Very impressive stuff from this women's basketball program right now.
Yeah, and that just speaks volume to what Brenda Fries is doing as the coach of this program, and it's going to be interesting to see how far this program goes in the coming years.
Yeah, when you talk about appeal, I mean, what's less appealing than 2 players getting drafted 2nd and 11th overall? I mean, that just shows Brenda Fries is doing a great job.
That's exactly what you have to do. And well, the other upcoming draft that always garners national interest is, of course, the NFL draft.
We know a couple of Terps are poised to hear their name called in a few weeks, and one of those is defensive back Jacorian Bennett. Bennett joined the Good Morning Football crew on Thursday talking about his qualifications, superstitions, and his style. Take a listen.
Let's talk a little bit about fashion. You've made it your goal to be considered the best dressed. Okay. I want you to tell us all the details about the suit you wore for Big Ten Media Day. Break it down. Let us know everything that went into it. And then I want to know what you're going to be bringing to the next level on the field and in your suit game.
Yeah. For Media Day, I just had like a little blue suit, wanted to just kind of be a little neutral, but it was definitely some details like in the collar. I had the TBIA, that's like our little motto at Maryland, the best is ahead. Had my initials on the sleeve, it was kind of calm, nothing too major, but I definitely love suits though for sure.
Now don't go anywhere, because when we return, Kevin McNulty and Kira Bruno will join us at the desk to play a game of headbands.
And of course, we'll give out our Terp of the Week, Pro Terp, and Top 5 Play honors. Stay with us.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Welcome back once again to Left Bench. I'm Nathan Schwartz here with Jonas Evans and a couple of special guests, because it's been a minute since we played a game here on TLB.
That's right, Nate. Kevin McNulty and Kira Bruno are here to play a spring sports edition of Headbands. Guys, welcome to the desk.
Yeah, thank you. We haven't been up here ourselves in a while, but this is a little tease for next week because we're going to be anchoring like you guys are today. But this is a fun game. Remember last time we played with Logan and Noah, so I guess
I'm excited.
We're the replacement crew.
I know.
You guys have to kind of live up to the hype there.
And I don't think we will.
Well, I think we have to live up to the hype because they have some experience in this game. We're the newbies. So here's how this is going to work. We're going to play a game of headbands, and Brandon, if you could come up and bring those pieces of paper up with names on them of players on spring sports teams, and basically each of us are going to have a player on our head, and we have to guess who that player is going to be. And we're just going to go rapid fire down the line to see who each player is. And it can be anybody from any of the spring sports teams from Maryland right now.
Well, remember last time, both me and
yeah,
Noah
mine's not
Ferguson,
sticky at all.
this tape's not
Put
great.
it upside down.
We may do.
We're fine, right?
I'm taping it through the loop.
Oh, that's smart. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's
Are we good?
I think so.
we're good.
You might just have to look up.
Kira, do you want to guess first?
Guess
Yeah,
mine
we'll go
first?
down the line. We're
Okay.
just going to go rapid fire.
We look really
questions
cool right now.
to try and figure
We
it
look
out.
fire.
I'm like this, so I can
All right,
actually see
let's
you
get going.
guys.
Let's get going.
All right.
Okay. Am I?
Oh no.
Oh, I have to.
Oh no! I lost it.
Brandon,
Oh,
come
I
on,
can't
Brandon.
look.
Josh, come out.
I can't look. I can't look.
Ask a question, Kara.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep going. I have to ask yes or no,
Thanks,
right?
Josh.
Yes.
I can't do like men or women's. Okay, men's sport.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it a men's sport?
Yeah, because then I'm gonna narrow down.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Okay. Baseball.
No.
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 Lacrosse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Attack. Oh.
Oh.
Attack.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I should just start guessing players now.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. That's a valid option.
Daniel Kelly.
No, not again.
I haven't even seen yours to say.
Wait, why am I literally blanking? This is embarrassing.
It sure is.
I'm getting a little what's the word?
Stage fright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so
Daniel Maltz.
embarrassing.
Nope.
Why don't you ask what year they are, maybe?
Senior.
No.
No.
Junior.
No.
Sophomore.
No.
Freshman.
Yes.
Freshman attacker.
Yeah.
This is what I'm. This
Oh my
is
God.
rough.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You're choking, Kira.
Yeah, this is really
Who wants to
embarrassing.
anchor with me next week?
I'll fill in.
Yeah.
This is wait. It's really.
Should we take a pause and go around?
So you're not going to get it, huh?
No. I know freshman attacker.
We'll come back. I'll guess.
Yeah.
Am I a baseball player?
You are a baseball
Yeah.
player, Kevin.
Do I pitch or play the field?
Play the field.
Do I play infield or outfield?
Outfield. Technically.
Oh. Well, I don't like that. Was I on the team last year?
Yes, you were.
Okay, that's encouraging. Bobby Z.
Not Bobby Z.
See, it's hard, Nate. It's Kevin. Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
Kevin. I'm Nate. Nice to meet you.
On the team last year, plays outfield technically.
Oh, mine's gonna fall off.
Woods?
Nope, not Woods. He was not on the team last
Right,
year.
right. Oh, Jesus Christ, this is rough.
You know this one, Kevin. I believe in you.
Yeah,
You
I
can get
do.
it.
Well,
Brandon wrote some hard names, I guess.
Yeah, I don't want to look in the camera because I don't want to see who mine is.
Oh yeah, wait.
yeah,
Well,
I
I
don't
can't even.
I'm not cheating. This is really tough. And I don't know why, because it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be tough.
Yeah, I know.
Should we just
I'm
come
selling.
Should we?
Yeah. All right, Jonas, you're up.
Okay. Am I a man?
No.
No.
Tennis.
No.
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 Lacrosse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Don't look,
Oh,
Nate.
offense.
Is this
No.
hold on.
Defense.
Yeah.
Is this upside down?
yes, no,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right side up.
Where's this tape from? It's
Abby
terrible.
Bosco.
No.
No.
Good guess.
Emily Sterling.
There
Yeah.
you go. Attaboy.
Wow, we got
Attaboy.
one.
Nice job. Nice
Yeah,
job.
way to go,
fist
man.
bump. Fist bump. Don't leave
Thank
me
you.
hanging.
Thank you. Whoa! I was so nervous going into this. Okay.
All right.
Feel good.
So you guys didn't get it yet. Jonas
No.
got it. That was unexpected. All right.
Thanks. Nate. Thanks.
Women's sport.
Yes.
Yes.
Just gave him lacrosse. So I'm going to go softball.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pitcher.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weich.
No.
No.
Schlotterbeck.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Boom.
You got it.
Boom.
Are we going back for more? Or
I think we got to. You guys were so close.
I know mine went off in the game I did.
You have, okay, back from the control room, 2 guesses each.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's fine.
Who wants to go
And
first
that
with their
includes,
guesses?
if you want to ask one more question, that's
guess-
one of the 2.
Okay.
Do we still have to
Question.
have these on?
I can't even
Yeah.
remember my name.
You can, okay, we can take the paper out.
Yeah, no, you guys are good.
I'm really embarrassed right
All right.
Yeah, so
you guys
I am for you. Yeah.
This is pretty rough.
I know he's really good.
2 guesses each.
just to Kira, you have a freshman attacker on the men's lacrosse team. Kevin, you have a technical outfielder from Maryland baseball that was on the team last year.
I think that's what's throwing me off.
I did that on purpose to throw you off.
You're doing a good job of that.
Technically an outfielder. Do I pitch too?
You do not pitch 2. So you're down to one final guess.
Can you just give us a hint?
Elijah Lambros.
Nope.
No.
Wait, what does your last name begin with?
All right. Kevin? Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Because he's been DHing.
I need to stop saying
So
that's
he's
really
technically an
disappointing. I
outfielder.
thought I got it with Lambros, even though he's totally fully an outfielder.
Yeah.
I thought you were getting me that he was on the team last year, but he never saw the field. So I thought that was the tricky one.
No.
All right. Well,
Zach
that was
Martin.
too bad.
What was your final question, Kira?
What does the last name begin with?
Are we allowed to do that?
Are we
Control room?
Control room.
Is she allowed to ask the first letter of the last name?
Yeah.
All right.
We'll let it fly. So it starts with E. Now you have one guess. You have one guess to get it.
She's not going to get it. She's done.
Wait.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need a guess. Did
She
you
has
hear me? I
nothing.
need a guess.
I don't know.
Braden Urksa.
Braden Urksa.
Oh my gosh! He scored like 4 goals in the first game.
Yeah, and
he
he just had the game winner against Ohio State. But
Well, the younglings beat the vets,
The
I
old
guess.
heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really disappointing. I'm a little checked out.
let's go. All right, for the sophomores.
Yeah. Thanks.
I won't be showing my face next week.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm firing myself.
All right.
You guys want to run it back next week?
Yeah, mate.
I'm down.
Yeah, sure.
I'm down.
All right. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Oh, it was fun. Nonetheless.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, I'm embarrassed.
All right. Well, it's not every day that a program record is broken, which makes what our Terp of the Week did on Saturday even more impressive. That's right, I'm talking about Eloise Clevenger. Clevenger is an assist machine for the Terps, but on Saturday against Ohio State, Clevenger dished out 8 assists, which broke the single-game program record of 7, which was set by current volunteer assistant coach Alex Ost in 2013. Clevenger currently leads the Big Ten and is 7th in the nation in assists and has had multiple assists in 9 of 14 games this season. The Maryland record for most assists in a single game is 60, and with the way Clevenger is playing right now, that record is definitely within reach. Congrats to Eloise Clevenger for being our Terp of the Week.
The Major League Baseball season is in full swing, and what former Terp Brandon Lau is doing for the Tampa Bay Rays right now is worth the nod for this week's Pro Terp. The Rays' second baseman is having a great start to the season, but his performance this weekend was simply ridiculous. Lau's power was on full display as the veteran launched a 3-run shot on Saturday and muscled out an Oppo Taco grand slam on Sunday. Over the weekend, Lau went 3 for 6 with those 2 homers, 8 RBIs, and scored 6 runs, which helped the Rays sweep the Athletics to move to 9-0 on the young season. If Lau continues to perform like this, Rays fans will have plenty to cheer for all season long. Congrats to Brandon on being named this week's Pro Terp.
All right, Nate, it's time for our favorite part of the show, Top 5 Plays. Let's get it going.
All right, starting at number 5, it's Nick LaRusso's go-ahead homer against Rutgers on Friday night. His hit streak is up to 30, and that homer right there just proves why he's been Maryland's best hitter so far this season.
And at number 4, it's the goal that broke the record for Eloise Clevenger. 8 assists in a single game. We just talked about it. What an incredible performance. What a great find. She was doing that all day.
All right, now to the Maryland Softball Stadium for number 3. It's Jada McFarland out there in center field. Look at this diving catch over the shoulder grab. We got to take a look at this one again. McFarland laying out, saving an extra base hit.
And at number 2, it's Eric Spanos going around a spin cycle into a goal. What a nice find there in the corner of the net. He was so great against Ohio State in that game. Such an impressive goal, such an incredible performance from him.
Back to the bob for the number 1 play. It's the freshman Luke Zeisloff diving out to his left to make that catch. What a play in his first career start. And congrats to Luke for getting our top play of the week. And that's going to do it for this edition of The Left Bench. Our friends Kevin and Kira will be back with you next week as spring sports continue to move through the Big Ten season.
In the meantime, be sure to keep up with all of Terrapin Sports Central's coverage on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and online at terrapinsportscentral.com.
We'll see you next time.